Hi children, in today's class we are going to discuss about pressure. I hope you have studied the previous portions. So the next topic is pressure. What is pressure? The definition of pressure is the force acting on unit area of a surface. So pressure is equal to force acting on unit area of a surface. That's a basic definition of pressure. Force acting on unit area of a surface is called pressure. And the equation of pressure is pressure equal to force by area. Pressure equal to force by area. That means when you apply force on a particular area, a pressure is created. And the pressure depends upon the amount of force we are applying and the area of contact of the force, up to which area we apply the force. So that is the equation for force. And this is a new physical quantity we are studying, pressure. What is the SI unit of pressure? We know that the SI unit of force is, do you remember the SI unit of force? It is Newton. SI unit of force is Newton. What is the SI unit of area? In maths you may be using the unit of area. What is the unit of area? Area is equal to length into breadth or length into length. Two lengths we are multiplying to get area. Length SI unit is meter. So length into length, it is meter square. So SI unit of area is meter square. So the SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. How you read this? Newton per meter square. But in order to honor a scientist named Blaise Pascal, the SI unit of pressure is taken as Pascal. To honor Blaise Pascal, SI unit of pressure is taken as Pascal. It is denoted by PA, Pascal. So this is the basic things about pressure. Definition is force acting on unit area. Equation is pressure equal to force by area. SI unit is Newton per meter square or Pascal. And look at this equation. Pressure depends upon force and area. Mainly we have to focus about these two types, pressure and area. How is pressure depends upon area? Or what is the effect of area on pressure? This area is in the denominator. Here pressure is in the numerator. If you write pressure, you can write P by 1, isn't it? That is force by area. So area is in the denominator, pressure is in the numerator. So whenever area increases, pressure decreases. Or when area decreases, pressure increases. When one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. That is, pressure and area, they are inversely proportional to each other. Inversely proportional. Pressure and area are inversely proportional. So this equation has a lot of applications in our daily life. First of all, take a nail. If you want to fix the nail onto a wall or a wooden block, you have to hammer it. How will you keep the nail to the wall? The nail is having one sharp end and one broad end. Which part you have to focus on the wall? You have to focus this sharp end. And this broad end we have to hammer. Then we can see that this nail will enter into the wall. If you keep this broad end, head of that nail towards the wall, and if you are hammering at this sharp end, what will happen? Will it enter into the wall? No. What is the reason? The reason is pressure is equal to force by area. when you hammer on this broad end or this sharp end, we are applying a force on the nail, and we are applying the force on a particular area. When the area increases, pressure decreases. Here, in case of a nail, this part is having less area, but the head is having more area. So if we keep this sharp end towards the wall and use the hammer, it will create more pressure, because here the area of contact is less. Here area is less, so more pressure will be created. If you keep this part, the head of the nail, this is having more area, less pressure is created. So it is very difficult to enter this nail into the wall. Take an iron nail, keep the pointed end towards the wall and hammer it. We can see that it easily enters into the wall. Now take another iron nail with its head towards the wall and hammer on the pointed end. It will not enter into the wall. What may be the reason? We know that this is due to pressure difference. In the first case, more pressure is created. Second case, less pressure is created, because pressure depends on area of contact. In the first case, less area is there, and less area can create more pressure. Second case, more area is in contact, it will create less pressure. It is easy to cut vegetables, meat, etc. by using sharp-edged knife than with a blunt-edged one, because sharp-edged knives have less area in contact and it can create more pressure by using less force. But on blunt-edged ones, due to large area, less pressure is created, so it is difficult to cut with the blunt-edged knives. So we studied that pressure equal to force by area. We have seen the examples of iron nail and knife. There are many more examples. Our school bags are provided with the broad straps, not narrow straps. This is to reduce the pressure. Broad straps, due to large area, pressure created will be less. So we don't feel much pressure on our shoulders. Similarly, there are many applications for this pressure in our daily life. Find out from your surroundings and write in your notebook. Solids can exert pressure. What about liquids? Do they exert pressure? Yes, liquids also can exert pressure. So how will you prove that liquids exert pressure? Liquid exerts pressure on the sides of the container as well as at the bottom of the container. It exerts pressure at the sides as well as at the bottom. Take some water in a beaker and divide in layers and put some holes at each layer. We can see that water comes out through the holes. What is the reason? This is due to liquid pressure. Liquids exert pressure on the sides of the container. Due to this, water comes out through the holes. And we can see that water comes out through the bottom layer, covers more distance than from the top layer. The reason is that bottom layers have more pressure. But when we go higher, the top layers have less pressure. Liquid pressure is different at different heights. It is more at the bottom layers and less at the top layers. At the same height, pressure created will be the same. Take a bottle filled with water and put two holes at same distance from the bottom. we can see that water flows out through the two holes which cover equal distance. That is, pressure exerted at same depth will be the same in all directions. So we have seen that solids can exert pressure, liquids can exert pressure. What about air? Do they exert pressure? Yes, they can also exert pressure. So how will you prove that air also can exert pressure? Very simple experiment is there. Take a balloon, not an experiment activity. Take a balloon, blow air into the balloon. We know that what will happen when we blow air into the balloon? It bulges. The balloon bulges. What is the reason? When you blow air into the balloon, this air exerts pressure on every part of the balloon. As a result, it bulges. So air also can exert pressure. And we are living on earth. This earth is covered by a layer of air. We know that air exerts pressure. So this pressure exerted by this atmospheric air is called atmospheric pressure. So there are two terms. First one is air pressure. What is air pressure? Air can exert pressure, that is called air pressure. And this earth is covered by a layer of air. Up to a certain kilometer, this layer of air is there. And this layer, this area we call it as atmosphere. Atmosphere. It consists of air. Air is present everywhere. So this air exerts pressure. We know that air exerts pressure. So this pressure exerted by the air is called atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by the air surrounding the earth is called atmospheric pressure. We are living on the earth and we are also experiencing this atmospheric pressure. This air is exerting pressure on our body. So what will happen when this air exerts pressure? What will happen to our body? It will, due to this pressure, what will happen? We will get due to this pressure, we will get crushed. But that is not happening. We are not experiencing any atmospheric pressure. What is the reason? On every part of our body, the air is exerting pressure. So due to that, we may get crushed. But it is not happening. What is the reason? The reason is that our body is also exerting a pressure. What's the name of that pressure? The pressure exerted by our body is called blood pressure. And it is acting outwards. Atmospheric pressure is acting on our body and our body is exerting pressure outwards and they are balancing. That is why we are not experiencing the atmospheric pressure.